All right, how's everybody doing today? Make sure everybody can hear me. Yep, we're doing well. So today we're going to mess with Timestream. And drop my link tree for anybody that wants to follow along. If there's anything you need to ask questions, drop it there. So my name's Gray. I go by Node Gray in some of the forums. My background is automation controls and manufacturing, data analytics, all the fun stuff. But today we are going to focus on get that out of the way. That's bothering me. Sorry. Why is that highlighting? That's bothering. There we go. We're going to focus on trying to get data into AWS Timestream. We're going to be leveraging some nodes. Probably this one right here, node red contrib AWS, and I believe it's going to be this one to get into IoT Core to get data there. Leverages MQTT, and from there we send it over to Timestream. If it takes too long to get into a Timestream from IoT Core, I might just kind of move on. But that's the goal. Maybe what we'll be really focusing on is the AWS IoT Core, and then maybe messing with the IoT Timestream. So let's get started. First things first, I need to get my devices running. Home PC, Pi 2. What do I want to run this on? Doodah. It says it's running, so we'll just see what this one's doing. It says I need to also update my device agent. Let's figure out how to do that. Flow fuse update. Device agent. Haven't done that yet. I'm sure it's just pretty straightforward. Funny, I like. Installation. There we go. That's interesting. You haven't figured that out, Wizard. Or not that I interesting that it's not working, I should say. Today we're just gonna focus on getting data into AWS time series. Gonna mess with IoT Core. I actually came across article from, we'll probably actually follow along with that from who is it? Georgia Tech, and we might be following along, but I might try to see if I can figure it out without needing that just yet. So right now I'm actually going to update my stuff, but that's actually on a different screen, so my apologies, you're not going to see this power. Chill. And if this doesn't seem interesting or, so forth, just let me know, and we'll just keep it in line with what other people find interesting. And then I do have some questions along the way that I'll probably ask. Alright, so let's see if this will just do it. And I might actually have to update so since I'm running this as a service on this computer, so I'm gonna go and log into that. So flow fuse, device agent. When you go to blogs, and where is it? we go. Run Windows as a service. I need to figure out how to log into this. So PowerShell command start process. Here we go. That's what I need to do. Run as user. Basically, I'm updating my sorry, I can't think in Jubugbo. Just trying to get things updated for everybody here. Perfect. Alright, now I need to update. So you guys aren't seeing this, but you'll see it in a little bit. We'll be back to where we need to be. Okay. Wonder how I get the device agent to restart. It's probably gonna be right here. There we go. Start flow fuse. Because I feel like I want to stop it. Sorry you guys aren't seeing this. I'm just trying to update my device agent. Here we go. There we go. Updated. Boom. I knew I could do it. Let's see if we refresh, I might see active snapshot. Target snapshot. Developer mode. Let's see what snapshots we got here. We'll call this before AWS Timestream. Just gonna make a little snapshot of this. Create. And turn off developer mode just for a second. We're gonna clean up our palette. Already done most of this stuff. Alright, so let's go back. Blog, devices. This was... Let's go. Developer mode. Device header. Okay, so we are going to generate data. You probably really can't see that. Let's see if I can fix that. I'm trying to make it smaller so it didn't like block my face. There we go. Generate data. Send data to AWS or send data to AWS Timestream. And yeah, we might just, I don't know if we'll create dashboards. We'll see if we have time. But let's get started. So worked on this earlier in the week and republished that, so that's working. And we'll call this one AWS IoT Core. Boy, what nodes do we have here? Palette. JTP function. Ooh, look at that. I forgot I had that one, so that's good to know. Let's just go ahead and update that. And then AWS Node-RED contrib AWS. Last updated 3 years ago. Collection of Node-RED for AWS includes Donovan. And where I did all this is I read the documentation a little bit. I did prepare a little bit for this one because I didn't want to just come up here and just waste everybody's time completely, but maybe just a little bit. Get started, tutorial. And we're going to be spending a lot of time in here. Sorry, I'm backing up. There's going to be a quicker... Okay, that's what I saw. So we're probably going to be doing one of these functions to get to IoT Core, low volume time series data from AWS IoT Greengrass and AWS IoT Core. I think we can talk directly to the core. And then we're going to be sending that to Amazon Timestream, which we'll figure out. And we'll go from there. So, all right. And I think there was another one that I wanted to add. Random. Go over here. Lose. Data generator. That's the one I wanted. From DCJ. Nick. So we're going to create snapshot. So installed nodes AWS set as target. And I might go to my service. You're not going to see this, and just restart it. And go to settings, developer mode, and let's go open this out. Okay. Let's see, data generator. Sweet. That's nice. Before I change this, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna drop an inject node in here, make sure this works out the way I expect it to. Go. Let's see if we can take this to parse JSON. Beautiful. Max. That's so fun. I like that for some reason. That makes me really happy. So we don't really need what we're gonna have is we'll just call this temp. We'll call this like ambient temp. And then we're not gonna need work email address. So actually, yeah, we know it's what it is. Until we get it right. And ambient temp is going to be a float value. Oops. Comma there. And let's see what that does. New Mary. Oops. So let's go back. Five, 8. That means yeah, it's between 5 and 8. Okay, cool. Yeah, ambient temperature. So between those two numbers. So if I run this like, it's gonna be somewhere between 5 and 8. Great. That's awesome. Because that's exactly how that's gonna look coming from, let's say, a PLC or MQTT. So we're gonna create. This one's gonna be temp. Have this inject an interval every 3 seconds. Inject once after 7 seconds. So it's gonna kind of random. And then boom, done. I also kind of need the timestamp probably. Message payload. We'll call this message dot timestamp. Don't need topic done. I'm gonna add a change node in here, so we'll drop the timestamp in there as well. Message.payload.timestamp to the value of message. Love it. All right, cool. So now we're gonna just all go to debug because right now we're just kind of creating some random generated data. So we'll copy this. Okay. And just select something. Copy, paste. And we're going to call this one, we're going to do conveyor speed. Conveyor speed is going to be something between 15 and, say, 14.8. If it'll let me do that. 15.3. Let's just see what it does there. For sake of making this cleaner, we're just gonna call this speed. And so then that's gonna change every 7 seconds and 11. And we'll make part. I don't know if it can do part count. Part count probably not, because it's gonna be an integer. More. Count. And what does this over here say? We need the int. Let's just see what int says. It's probably going to be very similar. That has to be between certain. Yep. We'll say 10 and say 32. So it's gonna be some number. We're gonna be just counting, and that'll just be like part count. So we'll have to like maybe add them later, because it's added is just how many it's made since the last time that number's come through. Deploy that, and we'll call this. Let's do this every 33 seconds and 16 seconds. All right, so that being said, I now have random data being generated that's going to be sent in. I'm going to change this. Instead of deploying everything, I'm just saying modified nodes. as well, so it kind of keeps that rhythm of data coming in. It doesn't change that too much. Okay, data generated, done. Done. Send data to AWS core. All right, let's figure out, make sure that this is the right way to do this. And I might have to do stuff off screen so you don't see, but I've got another computer I can do that on. So I will probably be using my personal account. So, yes. And if I need to, I will share it once we get inside. So, but if I understand, I mean, we're gonna be getting started. I want to take a class. I should just be able to do this. Read the documentation. Sample application. Sorry about that. So we want to write records because we're not going to do a batch load. See if we got any documentation on this. Debug. one thing about AWS is like there's so many ways to skin the cat that sometimes it's hard to find the easy route that most people do. Which is fine. Because they're like seeing the easy part of like, oh, we'll just show you how to write the data in. I don't want to do that. I want to do it from the beginning. How do I get data into code samples? We're gonna cheat. AWS IoT Core into time. AWS IoT Core into time stream. Make sure I get that. Working with other services, cool. I mean, they're very thorough on a light dbeaver. Who might be using that? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do AWS IoT Core. Okay, so let's just do that. So add an MQTT publishing node. MQTT out. Might have had an extra MQTT. Now that becomes the hard part. Drag an MQTT publishing node. Configure the publishing node. Double click. And we're gonna add a new Alright, so I'm gonna turn my screen off and log into AWS, and then so that you guys can follow along, but I just don't want to go through that initial see how I get in type of thing. So give me a second. Well, it's gonna then ask for my MFA. Ow! Sorry, I just like bent my fingernail backwards. Okay. All right. I'm back. So let's look up how to IoT Core. Just drop it there. prepare your device. From the terminal window, enter this command. Alright. I feel like this doesn't feel right. Okay, so I needed those PIM, the private keys. Perfect, because I will need that in a second. Okay. Cool. But I'm gonna go that back here. I want to see if IoT Core. So I feel like wow, I used this way back in the day. 8266. That's some. I did this a while back. So I'm guessing I need this. So I need to figure out what my broker information is. I'm guessing this is going to be my broker. And then what is our protocol 3.1 client? I feel like I hear this song nonstop. Okay. Enable secure SSL, TLS checkbox, enter the asset ID. we'll call this node red all locators. Cert. Private key. CA certificate. So these are in PIM format, so I have to this is key, this is a certificate, but I feel like okay, so I always hate this. Okay. Let me just read the instructions because I'm just getting over. Obtain the necessary cert files for your asset. Configure the node by referencing certificate files, step 5, or uploading the certificate, step 6. Uploading is a bit easier but won't work with all Node-RED installations. Please note that the certificate files will only work with a single Node-RED instance. And then we'll just call this one AWS IoT Core. So we'll call this IoT/temp. Topic. We're just basically changing the topic. Oh, I didn't change all of them, so this is going to be count. We can change these in a little bit. I'm just trying to get something going. Is it gonna connect? I doubt it. Usually it'd connect pretty quick. Okay. Let's go back to the documentation. Because this part right here is like your AWS IoT Core certificates or MQTT. Really hurt when I bent that fingernail back. I need to check something as well, just make sure that. All right, generate. So we did that, and I created a PEM and 2 keys. And then we come over here, then we have a so it says cert so confused because this is where I'm getting confused because basically it says pim.cert, but let's take a step back. Because this doesn't even make sense, because this is going to out a certificate PIM file. And then we have the public file key, which I'm guessing is the certificate, and the private file key. I don't know if I have my IP address or the server name correct. Where can I find my IoT core server address? Go to IoT account. Okay, so that was I mean, I probably shouldn't be showing you guys this, but I'm gonna delete it when I'm done. Okay, AWS settings endpoint. Oh. There it is. Cool. Alright, so that's right. Okay. So I feel like my certificates are not right. AWS IoT Core certificates for TT node red. Alright, we might just watch this and I'll do it with no audio. Just get it in here. So he's generating policies. All right. Okay. Upload. So I'm pretty sure what I'm missing is my CA. So my private and then my certificate, which is my PIM. I believe, and then my CA cert is the representation of what he created outside Amazon root CA. Got it. That's what it is. Okay. Let me see if I've got that. Can't let you guys see that though. So I'm looking on a different screen for a second. Because I need to figure out where I would have saved that. I know where. Really need to just create that CA cert, so let's just do that. Okay, so actually let's just double check that. So he came in here. He had his CA cert. Let's see what he's saying. He's not saying anything. Not that I can hear. We are going to follow along. Yep. Oh. Some definite different layouts that we've got here. Manage things. Okay, so we've already got a thing. So you created that, which we did. What's that? Secure certificates. So he's done most of the stuff, but I really need to do the next part. So I've kind of already gotten all these things I'm not too concerned about. So when he gets into the CA cert for his whole AWS. Yeah, we did that. A single thing. That's what we did. generated a new certificate. And I don't think any of this is our problem just yet. So he's got the cert and then the 2 PIM keys, which is great. But he has root certificates down there. Did I miss that in the file? There's my CA cert. Alright. Now. Oh, that was painful. I was there. I think. Maybe I should have just waited one more time. key. Let's double check our port. Okay. Yeah, delete all those here. Certificate. Drop in there. Let me see what they look like. So, did that too quick. Certificate. PIM. Then that's going to be private. E. The CA certificate should be root CA. Payments on root CA. Perfect. I want to see what this was doing. Looked like it ran everything. See what I added here. So it's just stuck in connecting. I wonder if I can look at the logs. Okay. Did he have a client ID? I don't know if I ever saw that. Leave blank. Let's automatically unsubscribe. Update. Done. You guys are gonna watch me just struggle today. It's alright. So I think I'm missing something with the certificate. Alright, let's go look. See, I want to say he said OT : star resource. Just create a policy. Let's get too far now. It's okay. Now I need to attach this policy to my things. Red. Just pause that. let's just start this over. Alright, so doesn't even allow me to do the policies. Scripts send and receive message certificates. Private key. Node-RED policy view policy. If we want to, we're going to download the connection kit. And next. Okay, so now back over here. All part PowerShell. I'm just gonna do it like they asked. Loads. That's it. See what it does. All right. It's cute. All right, Control C. I didn't even press the back button, but I will. All right, so let's see what this file does. Let's just open this folder. You just capture the port information and so forth. So, and I want to see if I can figure out what endpoint it's talking to. There's the endpoint, CA cert. Ah, there we go. Okay, so let's just make sure we copy that. So if we come over here, we are going to edit this, and our certificate, CA cert is root. Our key is node-RED private key, and our cert is cert PIM. Perfect. See if there's any other arguments. Client ID, SDK node JSV2. So that's just something that created. And that's our topic. Did it have a port? Okay. So what I'm gonna do? Nope, not what I want to do. Actually, we're just. Okay, so basically, it's builds and runs. Let's see if I find port anywhere. Port. Okay. Let's look at samples. Just give me the default port. It says 18, but that's a proxy port. We're not doing any web proxies. And so everything just Alright. Man, maybe I should. This is not a fun thing for anybody to watch because I can't figure this out. I'm really feeling like it's. go back over here to view policies. That's the latest thing I just created was Node-RED 2 policies. Node-RED 2 policies. This was IoT : star. Save as a new version. I don't want to save as a okay. Version 2. Set as active. So now what we're going to do is change this Node-RED to this new CA certs. See if that had anything to do with that. No? So this is the cert. This is the private key. And the CA cert. Update. Update. Deploy. Now, don't think that's going to be right because it's not that port number, which is 883. But I'm also not feeling as if this. Wait, it went green. So it had to do with the policy. Something about the policy didn't like. Okay. Well, if you follow the instructions the way they say it, it's hard to do it. So now, see, you gotta just keep on trying. It's almost like life is brute force. And all right, so now what we were going to do MQTT test client. Subscribe to a topic. And my topics are Shift T. I just closed that whole browser. Gotta love it. Okay. Our topic is IoT, so we're gonna just say /IoT star. No messages here. Oh, I need a plus. That's fine. I don't want to publish. Maybe because I'm overriding that in Node-RED 2. Yep, that was it. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Happy dance. Cool. All right, let's see if we can take this out. And what that I'll do. So now, cool. Yeah. Now we're subscribing and we're gonna get that data automatically populated to those specific topics. So we can only have, so then we don't have to like make a whole bunch of these MQTTs and change the topics. We're just driving that topic by message.topic. That would make sense, right? Perfect. Okay. That makes me happy. We're doing it. We're doing it. All right, so let me find my send data to AWS IoT Core via MQTT. Dunsky. Send data to AWS Timestream. Step 2. Okay. I mean, that's not really Node-RED stuff, but we're having fun. Let's figure it out. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. IoT Core rules action. I just want to just do this for my own. It's a plus. For some reason. Ooh. Ooh. Star? It did not like me doing. It is trying. Did I break it? What happened? Not happy about that. Huh. Which one of you guys are doing this? Messing with me. And causing overloading that IP address. Breaking it. Okay. We started it and it was fine. It does not like that. Hmm. Weird. It's not liking me subscribing to it. No, well, we'll just leave it as is. I was just gonna try to subscribe to it and see the information, but I don't know if it's on their end, what end. But it's not happy. So, that's fine. Alright, let's just get back to what I was gonna do, which we were just gonna send data to IoT Core. It looks like it's prefer. I guess it really just wants these in a single file. Do that. Just gonna yell at me, but it's okay. Come back to it. Do underscore. Probably is good to keep everything on the right format. Structure and lowercase consistency. Oh, I didn't even change that one. So this was supposed to be part count. This goes here. And this goes here. This structure that I'm doing is very much more like OPC than it is. Ooh, one line too many. Okay, do we have ambient temperature? I did not. Okay, we gotta grab ambient temperature now. Here. It is sending it as a string and not so much as a number, so I wonder if we'll have to think about that in a little bit as well. I don't need beautiful. So now where does this application live? Okay, so that's sample application for IoT Core integration. Follow the instructions from. What? I don't need sample data. Template that sets up necessary resources in your AWS account. think this is the information that we need. AWS CloudFormation console. Create stack. Oh, we might just leave this one be. As far as, you know, once you get into the IoT core, that's basically how you do it. And once you get into IoT core, which is basically MQTT broker, from there you can send it to wherever you want, if it's going to be Timestream or whatnot, because right now we're just getting into AWS stuff, and I don't really care to get that much further into this, especially for like what our purpose is here. I just want to show how easy it is to, well, how the configuration be. So what I'm going to do is we're going to quickly go over what that steps look like. So things, if you're watching and you get to this point and you're saying, okay, now I want to connect my Node-RED instance into AWS IoT Core so I can send data in, we'll go through the configuration right now. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to connect one device. You're going to save this, whatever your current device name is, and you're going to click next. Register, create new thing. In this particular case, we'll call this Node-RED 3. And we'll click next. Pick whatever platform you're currently doing this on, because it's going to generate a certificate along the way. So in this particular case, we're just going to use Node.js, and we're on a Windows, and we're going to click next. From here, you're going to click download connection kit. Everything's great up to this point. You are going to click next, and you're going to pull up now a PowerShell, or in your case, if you're on Windows, or if you're on like Mac or Linux, you'll just follow those instructions. So we're going to cd into downloads, and I actually have to now unzip that, so I'm just going to do that here, and we're going to say extract all, and we're good to go. And then we're going to cd into the second one, ls. So now you notice that we haven't set our execution policy, so we're going to do that. So I copy that. There we go. We're going to run. We're going to say all. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to run this next script. With the key to running this, and I skipped this part when I first did along this. Perfect timing, because we're just actually going through the exercise. So I figured out the first half, and now we're doing it. And now I'm going to press start. It's going to run the command. Basically, it's going to pull down the CA certificate that is needed to get it into IoT Core, which doesn't generate it when you do the initial download. So that's key. Let it finish, and I'll actually open up the file folder so we can see. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I want to make sure I go to the right folder, and you can see that now we have a root-ca. It can finish in the background. We don't really care at this point, so we're going to start off. We're going to create an inject node. I'm gonna turn this off, and we're gonna just kind of clear that off so we don't see all that stuff coming through. I used a random generator manage palette, and what we've got here is a node red data generator, and so we're gonna pull that in. Node random, and we're just gonna leave it as default too, because it's actually pretty good. And all this information, you can send it over MQTT. It's great. Great. But we're gonna also send it as a parse JSON object. And I do have an additional rule. We're just gonna copy this one over. We're gonna be setting in the topic. So when I double click on this, you're gonna see message.payload.timestamp, and then we're gonna set that. We're gonna come over here to the timestamp. We're gonna set it to timestamp because it'll be overwritten. And then we're gonna send it to set value node red / data, and that's gonna be the topic of our MQTT message. So before we do that, we're gonna come over to message, instead of payload, we're just gonna call this timestamp. We're gonna delete the topic naming, and we're also gonna have this inject every 5 seconds. Basically, just run it, send it, and let's get a debug node. Just make sure that everything is running as expected. Beautiful. Got some random names coming in. Just using the default parameters. The next thing now we need to do is get this into IoT Core. So MQTT out, drop that in, place that there. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new one. We're going to call this IoT Core 2, and we're going to create a new one. So we'll just leave this as is right now. So IoT Core 2, that URL, which you can also come back and find, is under settings, and you need to copy this endpoint address. I'm going to copy that over real quick. Make sure you adjust it to port 883 instead of 1883, which is the standard. We're going to connect automatically. We're going to use TLS, and then we're going to create a new one and click the pencil. From here, we are going to upload our certificate, and we're going to make sure we select our second package that we just did. So make sure we're doing everything the way we expect. And the first thing we need to do is we're going to do our cert. Then we are going to do our private key. And then last but not least, we need to do our CA cert. Remember, that was downloaded. That's not initially in the package. You have to run that script to get the CA cert. You're gonna then click add and update and done and deploy. And if everything working correctly, I wonder if I've got to turn this one off because I'm on 2 different. That's what it is. I'm attacking the same port. So we're gonna delete this one real quick. Deploy. Close. And I'm actually gonna have to restart this off service in the background, so I'll just do that real quick. That's what my issue was. We're fighting over the same port, potentially on our device. So please bear with me. Sure. See how this is doing here. Alright, so let's figure out what I did wrong. Got our port, TLS configuration. We are not using IoT Core. Let's just create a new one. And we'll call this Happy CA cert. That's going to be our cert. .pem, our private key, and our CA cert. Root CA, and then click. Oh, we have to uncheck verify server certificate. Believe. Update. Done and deploy. actually just want to see what I did. Okay, yeah. And we uncheck that. Cert private key. Cert private key. We just restart the service one more time. We should be able to see that coming in. Let's refresh this. See those logs. It is did not connect again. Ah, we did forget an important step. Okay, so when we are here, we're gonna leave this open. We got hello world. That's just basically all that's happening over here is this. So we're gonna, oh, it looks like it's done. Anyways, so we're good. Okay. I forgot the key part. We need to come over here, and so we have this new device, all my devices, things, and we call this Node-RED 3, and then we have a policy associated. So we're going to go down here to policy, and this is going to be called Node-RED 3 policy. We need to update this, so we're going to delete 2 of these, and I'm not sure which policy we don't have access to, but it's one of these. And then we're going to click save as new revision, and then down here switch to the new revision, click activate, and bam, voila, it is run. Hey, how's it going? Josh? Like Texas Josh? Hey man, how's it going? Well, there you go. Whirlpool, gotcha. Oh yeah. How's it going, man? Doing well. Yeah, I've just spent some time working on some MQTT stuff. Basically sending it to AWS IoT. So, IoT Core. Basically just went through the quick rundown about getting it. I might do it one more time because I might take this and make this a recording so I can put it up on the website. So, let's do this one more time. Okay. And what we are going to do is we're going to delete that and start over. All right, let's just create. I'll just keep it here. Oh, it's going to be, the whole recording will be live on YouTube, so you'll be able to watch that, but I'm going to just try to piece it down to just the core piece. So let's give it a shot. All right, let's get back. All right, so we're going to start over. And what we are doing is we are sending data to the IoT core from AWS IoT core from Node-RED. And we're going to go through that exercise right now. I've done a bunch of these right now, and so you might see a couple devices. So we're just assume it's kind of a pretty clean slate, and we'll go through this. First thing we're going to do is we're going to drop in and inject a node. And we're going to set the timestamp to timestamp. We're going to delete the topic, and then we're going to make sure this injects on an interval of every 5 seconds. And the next thing we're going to do is I installed a generator. It's called the Node-RED Data Generator. Real awesome tool. Helps you just kind of create some content real quick. And it probably already passed it. There it is. Data Generator. Drop it in. And then we're going to just take this straight over to a debug node so we can see that data coming in. Clear this all out for us. Inject. Okay. And we're going to set this to return this data as a JSON structure. Done. Cool. Great. JSON structure, exactly how we expect. But we got a couple of things we want to do. We're going to set a topic. And what that topic is going to be, let's get our change node in here. We can just drop that right on top of that. And we're going to set our topic. And this is like our MQTT topic. So we're going to just say slash node red slash data. And then we're also going to add a message.payload.timestamp. And if you remember in that first inject node, we are going to set the value of that to timestamp. The reason why we couldn't do that before is because we were basically using the payload to pass things, and that second node, which you see right here, writes over that. So we had to save it in another locations to bring that in. So we're going to click deploy. And let's see that data structure now. We see the timestamp. All great. The next thing we want to do is now drop an MQTT node in. I'm going to go through this. I'm going to just kind of clear out. Actually, we'll just create a new MQTT broker. We'll just leave it as. Okay, I'm going to deploy. It's going to yell at me, and that's okay. Now, over here on AWS, we are going to create and connect one new device. Make sure you note of this IP address. We'll just copy it and add it to my clipboard. We're going to click next. We're going to create a new thing, and since I've used Node-RED multiple different times, we're just going to call this recording node. You know what to call it? Flow fuse. And we're going to create a new thing. And then we're currently the computer that I'm doing this dev on is what we need to pay attention to. I'm going to do Node.js. I've already got it installed. You can do Python just depending on whatever you have. But if you are doing a Node-RED, you probably already have Node.js installed. Click next and download the connection kit. And from here, I need to go into my downloads folder. I'm going to unpack this, extract it. Perfect. And we'll leave this open. I'm going to open up a PowerShell. And we'll drop this down here. And we don't really need that just yet anymore. Let's get our PowerShell back up top. And we're going to click next. We are going to CD into our downloads. And then CD into the third one. And we shouldn't see a CA cert just yet. This is why you have to run this. So we are going to set the execution policy. That's basically saying, hey, I trust these files. And then the next thing we're going to do is run the script here. And so it's downloading, and as you see, we've already actually done our root.ca. That's basically the point of all of this. And we'll leave this here. We're subscribed to sdktest.js. Once this finishes, it's going to start running things, but we don't really care about that right now. What we do care about is configuring this. We don't need to set a topic, and we're going to create a new MQTT broker called Flow Fuse. Now, I did save this in my palette. There we go. And the port is going to be 1883. Connect automatically, use TLS. We're going to create a new one. What? And we're going to say create a new one. And we're going to upload that certificate. The certificate that we're going to be uploading is cert. Sorry, I'm moving too fast. Cert. Okay. We're going to do cert pim. Insert. Next thing we're going to do is private key. Open. Next thing we're going to load up is the CA cert that was downloaded. We're going to unclick the verify server, and we're going to call this one Flow Fuse. And click add. And I believe everything else is good to go. It is not going to be ready just yet because we have to change the policy within AWS. So you're going to see it sitting as connecting. So the next thing we need to do is we are going to leave this how it is. And let's see how that, we should have been seeing payload. Yeah, it didn't show us so well. And I'm not too concerned about it. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, oh, there it is, right there, Hello World, is going in and go into IoT Core. We are going to look all of our devices, all of our things, and I'm going to open this up over here, and we should see Flow Fuse. Okay, so that's our device. Now let's go down to security, and we're going to see some policies. Flow Fuse policy. Now we need to edit this policy. We're going to remove some of these things, and we're just going to go what I like to refer to as God mode. Give me all the IoT resources. I know what I'm doing, and I am secure. And then we're also going to set the edited version as the active version for this policy. And save new version, and we are active with this new one. And you see over here on the left hand side, it went green. And now, if I go into a MQTT test client, and I subscribe, and if I recall correctly, I subscribe to Node-RED data. We're going to just paste that here and click subscribe. And now you can see our data flowing in. Hope this was helpful, and thank you for following along. Cool. All right, so that was what I'm going to record. We are, how far along are we? I'm going to jot that down. I don't have a time frame, so it's 1:13. It's about 2 hours in, so I'll come back and look at 2 hours in. I should have just clicked the recording button, and that would have made my life a lot easier. Well, I'll just pull it, download from it, and go from there. All right. Was this helpful? Anybody want to get any questions? I hope this was neat. I'm trying to think if there was anything that I wanted to ask. I don't think I've got anything right now. But I am just happy that this is sending and connecting. What fun could we have now with Node-RED? What have I done recently? Is there any devices that you guys have tried to use that are having issues with? I think that was Wizard. Did you ever find out what was going on with the USB HID update? Still no luck with what's going on. Let me know if there's something I can do, and like a little bit more about what the devices you were using, and we can go from there. Let me know. All right, so what can we do? We got a little bit of time left. We got about 45 minutes. Let's see if there's anything fun we can think about. It's a fun API call that I could mess around with. I'm gonna turn this off. I don't want this like just using up unnecessary. Oop, that's not what I want to do. None. I don't want to spend unnecessary money. Do we want to do a fun Splunk test? Barcode reader. Still connected, I think. No. Wrong PC. we are on a time series database kick. I've been wanting to do this one. Maybe I'm gonna just clear this one out. And we'll just delete this because we're done with it. I've heard about Timescale DB. Timescale. Oh, there we go. A PostgreSQL for time series data events. Let's check this out. We'll call this one Timescale. Timescale done. Done with that. Start for free. All right, I'm gonna fill this out real quick. You can't see it. I gotta select bridges now, so just give me a second while I'm looking at all these bridges. And it's kind of a bridge. Yes. Success. Alright, I gotta look at the email. So just give me a second. Timescale. Verify my email. Alright. Alright. I'm just looking. Where are you currently storing your data for your use case? MySQL. Ooh. We'll just say no data stored yet. How much data do you anticipate having in the first 3? Less than 100 gigabytes. Give it to me free. Give it to me free. Cool. Create a service. In Timescale Console, you create a service to your house. Timescale database. Each service contains a single database to split up your data so you can create multiple services or create separate schemas within one service. Create a service. Time series. Wait. Yeah, we want time series. Just make sure. East. AWS. This sounds like this might be using something. We'll see. Yeah, we're gonna keep this pretty. You don't need high availability. Yeah. Okay. Connect to your fork. All right. Let's see if there's any time scale. I don't think there's any. That's great. Ooh, you guys are seeing that, aren't you? No, don't see that. But you can't see that. Cool. You did see the password though. Let's go. Oop. Actually, over here on this side. Here we go. Can't see it no more. I can change those also. Integrate. Let's see what Node.js says. It looks like it might use a standard Postgres connection. Let's test. Yet another node for Postgres. 4 months ago. I like that. This one does. Let's give it a shot. This is the part where I needed my configuration. Looks like it's a different port. We'll just copy that. These are all configurations after the port, so really I shouldn't need anything that. And we just want the host. SSL is true, security. I'm gonna hide you guys, you can't see this part. $10 says it doesn't mask it. Even though you guys already saw it, just don't cost me too much money. Okay. It does mask it. Thank you. Okay, pull. I think it's gonna do much just yet, because just debug it and see if it barfs. Self-signed certificate in certificate chain. wonder if dbeaver will allow me to connect to this. Yeah, we'll upgrade it. Sorry, you guys are just gonna have to hang out with me. I don't need that. Alright, so we want to do a new and see if it's timescale DB. Next. Guys can't see this part. So did that say yes? Assuming that means it worked. Okay. Okay. What if I can change the password? All right. So we know we can connect to it. So I'm imagining this doesn't work with it, which doesn't surprise me. Wait. So it says. Okay, so theory says it works. Timescale. Siri, not Siri. Nope. Go away. It's the database. Database Postgres, yeah. I'm not the database person, so we're figuring this out. Host, port, Postgres, security, bad admin, port, okay. Select star from Postgres. I don't think that's gonna work, but you know. Yeah. Does not exist. Okay. So now, how do I create a table? Okay, let's figure this out now. Read. Maybe I should figure out how to use this product rather than jumping in. But that's the fun of it. All right, so how to send data to time scale. Reverse data into a time scale DB. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Actually, let's just take a look at what this data looks like. Okay, so nothing too fancy. And is it just as simple as is it just like an insert conditions? thought. Into a hypertable named conditions. Okay, so how do I create a table? Here we go. Using convert. Not everybody knows how to do a Postgres table as usual. Go off. Create table. Okay. See, I knew it's gonna be easy. Okay. Create table. What did that call that? They called that insert into create table. We'll call this conditions. And we'll call this. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna call that weather. I want to see what it looks like in. Great, it did it. Now, if I refresh this. So I want to see how the structure of this. Oh, there it was. 5 databases. Storage, table spaces. What did I call that? Call this table weather. Okay. Where is weather? Unless it didn't create it. All right, now maybe let's convert it to. There it is, right there. Okay. I feel. Done. Close. Deploy. Empty. Select create hypertable. Continue. Done. Function by range unknown does not exist. let's look at this full play load. Let's copy this and close, done, deploy. I want to see what are. Okay, so it says conditions already exist. That's fine. Now create a hypertable, which converts the table to a hypertable. By range time, but it says time. Okay. I wonder if I don't get hypertables. It's probably underneath here. Conditions, perfect. Gotcha, go. Cool. Alright, let's clean this up. So, here are my tables. Conditions and weather. It says okay, so it's because into hyperscale. So saying it's not hyperscale, but I'm Postgres table convert by time. By range. I wonder if I can do this here. Where do I write in query? That's so weird. Select create hypertable conditions by range. It's like straight up copy and paste, copy, paste, but it's not liking that. It's still trying to do that same thing, but it sounds like maybe I just do. Yeah? I feel like I'm not missing anything. It's just not wanting to do it. So create table. We've got conditions. Maybe what I should do is we'll just delete this. Delete. Okay, so we are now going to do this from the beginning, but we'll do it all in dbeaver. And we're getting close to time because I gotta jump. Where is it? Why can't I find it now? Creating a hypertable. There we go. Oh. So confusing. Alright, I've got to run. Let's save this. General. Where's this saved? Script, general, scripts, SQL. Alright. That's frustrating. Okay. Oh, there it is. Cool. Alright. I gotta run. I was able to get something a little bit. Maybe that's something we can work on next week. I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on with this. It just seems real finicky. Like, why does it know this by range command? But we can figure that out later. You guys have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna close it out and see you next Tuesday.